Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Throttle Grotto. It's 29 degrees in the garage, and I've got some pretty exciting things happening today. So stay tuned. All right, everybody. Today is a really rad day here at Throttle Grotto, because the Rabbit is going out for a test drive for the first time today. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is going to go out of the garage and on a quick test drive around the neighborhood under its own power. Things have been super hectic here at the shop. I haven't been filming a lot, but I've been working on the Porsche, I've been working on the Rabbit, and I made a big push this week because today is a dry, clear day in the Pacific Northwest in the winter, which that's really rare because usually it looks like this, and we don't get nice weather again till February or March. We'll get a day or two in there somewhere. So it was dry yesterday, it's dry today, everything's cleared out. It's like all the roads are as clear as they're going to get. So I've got a lot to do this episode to get this thing out for a drive. I've got to get it outside, fill the cooling system, put fuel in it, get it on the ground. I've got to clean up all my junk that's just laying around inside the car. So enough about my mouth moving and not turning wrenches, because turning wrenches is warm and talking is not. So let's get to work. I forgot how nasty this was. So I'm going to take a minute and clean this up. Alright, so instead of showing you boring clips of me filling the cooling system, which I'm going to do here in a couple minutes, I figured it's probably been... I've been doing this for 6 years. I don't even know if I've actually done a full walk around of this whole car. So let's do that, because that'll be much more interesting than watching me burp the cooling system here in the alley. So this car is a 75 Swallowtail. I had to replace the outer rocker because it was rusted. The inner rocker was rusted. The inner structure was rusted, but only on this side, which was strange. Somebody put racing stripes on here with clear coat. I'm hoping that I can get these off of here. I just haven't really worked on it because I've had other priorities. Yeah. Why? We've got the pop-out windows. Still haven't got the motors working. I did have to do a little work down here on the lower rear quarter, rocking some aluminum cabbie bumpers, the vintage 75 plate. I've got the chrome strip here on the hatch, the right badging for the 75, and of course the Swallowtail, which is what makes it a Swallowtail. I have one chrome trim on one of my side markers. I do have all chrome for here somewhere in one of my boxes. I just haven't swapped it out. This side was pretty good. I had to do a little bit of body work down in the rocker there too. But I mean, all in all, aside from the doors that were rusty, so it's a pretty clean and straight car for being almost 50 years old. One of the episodes I did early on, I made these little braces that go into the rear quarter panels to help stiffen up the body a little bit. And yeah, Swallowtail carpeting, which is probably going to get replaced because it's kind of old and nasty and doesn't really fit the car anymore. Pretty decent dash, few cracks, but not bad. And an old crusty Recaro seat. Okay, so we got alternators charging. making exhaust noises. Now we're just going to wait for the cooling system to do its thing. And we'll be off for a test drive. Okay, so one of the things that I'm faced with is, if you watch my crappy RPM gauge here, it doesn't rev. So it won't rev over 3 grand, which is something that somebody told me about. So we're gonna have to get that taken care of. But let's just take it for a little drive around the block, and at least we've got a first drive in the Rabbit. And yeah, so I got the GoPro hooked up. I'm gonna use GoPro power for this, so we'll be back. This is fine. Everything's fine. All right, you saw it here first, like the first drive of the 1.4T Rabbit, which didn't go that great. One of the hose clamps on the heater core back there was loose, so I just needed to tighten that one up. That's why I have a little coolant here peeing on my feet. I could say that this thing just ripped, but I really didn't get to try it out because couldn't get it in the second, third. Well, it would go into third. So I was able to get it into third and fourth, but second didn't exist. The cooling system never really burped. I've got a little leak from this fitting right here, which means that that one probably has a little leak too. I forgot a bunch of hose clamps right here, so I got to fix that. You can see, like right there, it's got a little coolant dripping from there. But I'm kind of running out of time today, so I need to pull this into the garage, pull the codes out of it, and send those off. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the Rabbit out for its first drive. Sorry it wasn't very, I won't say that it was Discovery Channel successful, but it made it around several blocks and back here under its own power, so I'm going to call that a win. I've still got things I need to work on. I've still got wiring needs to be cleaned up underneath here. This project is by no means done. So for those of you that watch I'll just air one of my pet peeves. Like, I love Discovery and Motor Trend and all that stuff, what they're doing, but Discovery speak drives me nuts. Let me show you an example of Discovery speak. All right, so just pretend I'm sitting in a chair and everything's blurry behind me, a little darkened. All right, so we had a great time driving the Rabbit today, and unfortunately we had some problems that cropped up, but we're gonna get our guys working on it, and this thing will be wrapped up in no time. So anyway, there we go. It was the first drive of the Rabbit. I've got a lot of things to work on over the winter, and hopefully that'll keep you guys entertained. I'm still working on the 928. So much work to do on the 928. So hopefully the 928 is going to start running here soon. That's kind of my next focus. I'm going to shift from the Rabbit back to the 928 so that I can get this thing to paint, because I want to get it painted and running and driving before summer so I can at least enjoy both of these cars over the summer. I've got a plethora of things to fix on this car before it's considered mobile. And hopefully you guys will keep enjoying these episodes. So that's all I have for today. Until next time, get out there and work on something.